Okay, so for question 21, the list shows information about the number of text messages Lee receives each day for 8 days. For 8 days, right? So it's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth day. The mean number, average number of text messages per day is 17.5. Okay, so show that P is 2.5. So this is simple. Just find the mean of this and equate it to this and find P, right? So if you were to add everything up, okay, if you were to use calculator to add 12 plus 24 plus 8, 12 mean equals 12 plus 24 plus 8 plus 21 plus 28 plus 17 plus 2p plus 4p square over 8 because 8 days, right? So 12 plus 24 plus 8 plus 21 plus 28 plus 17 on 0 plus 2p plus 4p square. This is equals to 17.5. So if you were to solve the equation, right? So this also means that 4p square plus 2p bring over the 140, right? Now what I have to do is solve it, right? Okay, so 2p minus 5, p plus 3. So p equals to 5 over 2, or p equals to minus 3, right? So why do we reject this? Because remember this, we're talking about text messages here. So this, if this was minus 3, it would mean that she got minus -6 text messages per day, which doesn't make sense. Okay, so that's why we reject. Okay, so let's look at the second part. The standard deviations for Lee's data is this. Okay, for the same 8 days, Lee's sister also received some text messages. For her data, the mean is 20. Standard deviation is 9.51. Okay, so let me erase all this. Okay, so now we are going to compare standard deviation and mean, right? So it's nice to put in one table. Okay, so maybe like that. This is Lee and this is Lee's sister. Okay, so Lee has a mean of 17.5. Standard deviation is 7.89, 9.51, 20. Okay, so let's comment on the mean first, right? So basically, the mean is easy. Lee's sister had more messages on average as compared to Lee, right? Lee's sister had more messages than Lee on average. Okay, with a higher mean 20 than Lee 17.5. Okay. Next, standard deviation. Okay. So what does standard deviation mean? Okay, so what standard deviation is trying to say is the spread of the data. Okay. So what it means is, let's say I have, okay, let's say in this context, right? Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8. Right? And this is basically messages. Number of messages. Okay. Standard deviation is trying to say that whether your data is far apart or close together. So meaning, let's say a larger standard deviation would mean that your data jumps around all the time. There's a very big spread. Okay, some days you don't get any text messages, some days you get so much, and it fluctuates, right? There's a lot, right? So it changes. The spread is very wide. Okay, a low standard deviation would be something like that, right? Means every day you quite close to the average, right? You get about, let's say, almost the same amount per day. Okay. So if Lee had a lower standard deviation, it means that Lee had more consistent messages, had a more consistent number of messages per day as compared to his sister, because he had a lower standard deviation. Of 7.89 as compared to his sister. Okay, of 9.51. Okay, so that is part B.